Hello and welcome back to Shane's DIY. I've got a fairly quick update again on Starlink. Um, if you've got the garage door openers or probably any other product that utilize the MyQ Wi-Fi feature, I've got the, I'll show you in a second here, but the LiftMaster garage door openers on both my garage doors, and they use the MyQ. So I can get on Wi-Fi, I can see the status if the garage door opens, if I'm traveling or not at home. I see that the garage door opened, and I can control them. I can open if I wanted to, let somebody drop something off in the garage and then shut it. So it's a nice feature to have, but I've been using my old previous internet provider, and it's been working fine for the last few years. I'm canceling my other internet provider finally because I've been paying double for all my internet service. I'm just going to the Starlink alone, which is a little stressful because it does have some issues periodically. The old service was slower, but it was at least a little more consistent, and I didn't have the weird issues with the location tracking. So like I had another video, if you've seen that one, where it thinks I'm in Los Angeles. So if I'm trying to watch a sports game or something that's blocked out for people in Los Angeles, then I can't watch it even though I'm here. So like a Cardinals football game, for example, is the one that I made a video about. if you want to check the Starlink playlist. But anyway, moving on. Come to find out, the MyQ is not compatible with Starlink. I tried to reset my garage door openers, link them up to the Starlink, and it wouldn't communicate with it. Did a little research online and finding other people with the same issue. They have open tracking or support issues with Starlink. And haven't come up with any answers yet. So the workaround is basically, I've got this one. Here's a little TrendNet that I just had. It's a TrendNet TEW 638 APB, but it's just a little Wi-Fi access point or extender. I'm using it in access point mode. So I basically just got this section, which is silly because I've got the Wi-Fi router and I've got two extra Starlink Wi-Fi routers that are in the mesh mode. I've got a video on that. I want to take a look. So now I've got to add another one. So I get this TrendNet now in my pantry with the main Starlink router plugged into the Ethernet, and this is just acting as a access point mode. So now I've got an additional Wi-Fi access point to connect to, and I've named it something else. My mesh routers are all the same name, so I just connect to my space internet, and it connects up to that. This one I've just named Space Internet 2, so I've got something else to connect to. So you basically have to have an intermediary between your MyQ device and the Starlink router. So I've got this sitting in my pantry by the router. It gives me an extra access point, so my garage doors will then be connected to this via Wi-Fi. This goes to the Starlink network with Ethernet. Silly workaround. Hopefully they'll get a fix for it soon, but apparently the Starlink routers are not compatible with whatever the MyQ uses, whatever protocol they use for security or something. Some of the stuff I read, replies from Starlink said that it was related to the CGNAT method that they use, which is carrier grade NAT or network address translation. Basically just means you can't port forward things into your house or your network. But my previous internet provider was also CGNAT, and it worked fine. So I don't think that's the appropriate answer. So hopefully they'll come up with something else. But for the time being, this is the workaround that I come up with. Saw a couple other people did something similar, but so I'm just making another access point and then tying my other devices into that. And then I've done one of my garage doors already, and it worked. I'm just going to walk through it with you guys again on my second garage door opener to show you how that works, so you can see if you've got the same issue and you need to hook it up to Starlink. This is what you're going to have to do for now until they come up with a solution. So here's the garage door opener I've got. It's a LiftMaster. You'll have that MyQ Wi-Fi logo on it if you have that feature, if you're trying to use that. I don't know what other products. When I get on the app, there is quite a few other products that they have, probably cameras and stuff, but this is the only thing I've got with that so far. Just while we're on the subject, I do have, go over here and show you this, hang on. So this is one little, get a little Wi-Fi camera here that you can get on an app and you can move it around and it records onto the thing. But this also connects into Wi-Fi, and this I was able to get connected in with the Starlink. So that one had no issue at all. But the MyQ stuff I can't get to work. So let me run through the procedure with you and show you how to get it connected. I'm just going to walk through the standard procedure for the MyQ. So if you've done this before yourself, then you shouldn't have any trouble with it. But I'll just go ahead and do it and overlay the app on the screen. So let me get up and get set up for it. Hang on. All right. So I've got my MyQ app running here, and I'll overlay this on the screen. But as you can see, so one of them's got connection. My other garage door says offline for a couple hours, and that happened as soon as I disconnected it from my old Wi-Fi and tried to connect it to the new one. So let me go through the procedure. So you just hold down the black button in the middle until all the lights turn off on the buttons. Okay. Then you push the yellow button 3 times. Beeps. Now I could have set this up sooner, but go to my device management. Click my right one. Change Wi-Fi settings, and it walks you through. It says you go up the ladder, disconnect, or open up the light case. I've already gone through this. I already hit the yellow button here 3 times. I heard the beep, and I click on yes. And now it says, do you want to connect with MyQ-33D is mine model? I say yes. And the app will go through and look at your available Wi-Fi networks. So you can see now here on this list I've got my Space Internet, and I've got my Space Internet 2. That's what I called my new one. I don't know why it's showing the signal strength is so terrible, but maybe it is. So anyway, I'm going to connect that one, and I'll blur this part out or jump past it. Okay, so now it's trying to get connected to my, that's a good sign. Okay, I'm getting beeps. Before, if I didn't, when it was trying to go to my Starlink, it wouldn't give me any of those beeps. It would just fail. Okay, so good. Yeah, trying to go to Starlink, it would just time out. It wouldn't give me any of those beeps. Now, as you can see in my app here, it says it's finished. Click that. Save that. Okay. There. Now, as you can see, I've got a signal to both my garage doors. So, anyway, that's what you have to do to get the get your MyQ devices working with Starlink. You're going to have to use a separate Wi-Fi access point or extender. I probably could have set that up in extension mode or a client mode, or it would just be a Wi-Fi extender rather than an access point. But I just chose to do it that way. That way it's connected via Ethernet to the router, and I don't have to worry about multiple Wi-Fi hops to get it to work. So I've got the Nest air conditioner thermostats. I can't remember if I've already switched those over to Starlink or not. If not, I'm going to try those. If there's any issues with those, I'll let you guys know. I got my surveillance cameras switched over to Starlink, and they work fine on the Starlink network. They're plugged in via Ethernet. I've also got a Sense power monitor. I need to try to switch over to Starlink and see if that works. And I've got the water monitor that I need to switch over. I need to see if those work. Any issues with those, I'll put those up on another video, I guess, and update everybody to see if those devices have any issues. But that'll get your MyQ working. Thanks for watching. If you found it useful, if you have any questions, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions on it or like me to do any more tests on anything. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.